The finals open beta was a huge success, and a lot of players, myself included, cannot wait to get back in the game and start playing again. This is easily one of my most anticipated games in a very long time. I've been waiting for a new competitive title to kind of blow up, and I think the finals will do just that. But when is it going to be released? There's been a lot of speculation on this, but there is some actual real details that I'll share here that are publicly available if you know where to look. The most reliable information we have so far is from Nexon themselves, which is the company that is publishing the finals. Nexon recently released their third quarter earnings report, and during their earnings call to shareholders and analysts, they provided us with quite a few new details about the finals. Okay, so I'm on a website called Seeking Alpha, which gives like investment and financial news, and this is a transcript of Nexon's earnings call from November 9th, and I've scrolled down to the part where they start talking about the finals. What they say is we are just weeks away from the commercial launch of the finals. So this was on November 9th, weeks away. What that means exactly, we don't know. It could mean late November, could mean early December, but soon. And when they're on calls like this, they are speaking to financial analysts for big banks and investment firms. They're speaking to their shareholders. They can't just make shit up. They have to be accurate as they can be. So when they say a few weeks away, they mean it. They go on to say this is the first title from our Embark Studios in Stockholm, Sweden. They're aiming basically to redefine the category of online first-person shooters. As gamers ourselves, we believe that the industry as a whole, and the FPS genre in particular, has been starved of innovation over the last several years, and gamers around the world would welcome a well-crafted AAA experience with a fresh approach. I 1000% agree with this. Whether you're on Counter-Strike, Valorant, Overwatch, Call of Duty, not much has changed. Not much has been innovated. Overwatch 2 failed. Counter-Strike 2, meh, hasn't really changed much. Call of Duty, every year, practically the same damn thing. So I agree with what they're saying here, and I believe that the finals was fresh. It felt like something familiar, but also completely new. It's a sandbox of things to do. So I think their approach here and what they're going for, they've nailed so far. So carrying on from that, they give some more details about the beta and what they were going for and what they did. Despite almost no marketing for the playtest, over 7.5 million people downloaded the game worldwide. That is impressive. That's big. The word of mouth was insane. I was telling my family, my friends, yo, try this. It's free. Download it. I made a video about it, right? Reddit, people were talking about it. I saw Shroud played the game for 60 hours in a week. People were hooked, and rightfully so. It was excellent. They go on to mention here, perhaps most gratifying, players told us that the game is highly unique, highly polished, and stands out way above a field of other AAA games. This was exactly our goal. So they state exactly what their goal was, which is to create something highly unique and highly polished, which I think they nailed it, obviously. But then they go on to mention that they did this with a team of less than 100 people at its peak. That's incredible. That's wow. The game is so optimized. It runs so well. It's a ton of fun. It's really unique, and you have less than 100 people. Bravo. They kind of almost take a shot at the rest of the industry, because a lot of AAA titles will have, over 500, sometimes over 1,000. Games like Diablo had 6,000 or whatever it was. So pretty crazy. Less than 100 people are working on this. I like that. There's, not as many cooks in the kitchen, not as many yes men. It's more of a personal effort. And I think that so far their vision is coming to life, and it's amazing. So good for them. Last detail we get out of this is, while we haven't announced yet a commercial launch date, we plan to launch the game before the end of the year. So up top, they said, a couple weeks. This says before the end of the year. We're getting this game soon. Full launch of the finals is soon. They've said it in a public place to their shareholders. It's going to happen. Unless there's some crazy shit that goes on, I highly doubt that this game will be delayed, and we will see it in 2023. Another sort of clue that we have that shows something is happening soon is on Steam itself. If you still have the Finals playtest installed, you might see this in your Steam download section. It's showing that an update is coming on November 25th, but this can mean a lot of different things. It could just be a preload date for the actual release. Most games don't release on a Saturday, so it's very unlikely that this is the true release date. It could also be a patch to remove your playtest game files because the full game release might require a clean install. And lastly, the studio itself has recently released some open beta highlights and have stated, "See you soon." So it's pretty obvious it's coming soon, very soon. I think that they should try to carry this positive momentum forward and strike while the iron is hot, but obviously don't rush it and have some game-breaking bugs come out at launch and kill the vibe. I trust the studio is making the right call because I'm sure they realize they have a mega hit on their hands if they execute properly. Anyway, that's it for me, just giving you all some insight on the release window, and as always, thanks for watching.